Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Snake Pass. Now, all things going well, we should be done after this level, which I'm kind of expecting to be a boss fight. It would be really crazy if the bird just swooped down and ate me. From the looks of the progress bar, it seems like we are going to still have to find all the gate keys. So maybe there is no boss fight, and maybe we are just going to get all the gate keys and then maybe get a final token of appreciation from the different people in the realms, the different native statue things. Now we saw this last time, and this was a nightmare. So, what I think you have to do is push against the columns in the way the wind is blowing. We got that on the first try. There's really no characters in this game. Ooh, they really left that where you could just have fallen to your death. Just out of cruelty. Just because they wanted a collectible over there. I guess not out of cruelty as much as because they wanted to add another collectible and have it be slightly difficult to get, but they also did not make it obvious that there was a hole in the ground. Alright. These levels are built around the concept of, well, falling to your death like all the levels in this game, but also wind blowing you in one direction or another. So it seems like you kind of have to coil yourself up to get height, or I'm just not wiggling my snake head far enough around. Let's see. On, grip, 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 until we get over here. And are we going to get a checkpoint? Of course not, because the game, it just kind of sucks with its checkpoints. It's not kind, not kind at all. I've probably said a lot of games over the years feel like kids games, but don't really play like kids games. But I would put this in the top 10. Like, this is a nightmare scenario as far as kids games are concerned. I think I have to get to the very top here and jump. That's my thought here. Is that I have to grip here and then just kind of jump. Or maybe not. Maybe I can just work my way towards it. I am very surprised that worked. Alright, now, is there something that I can do with this where possibly my tail is the only thing I need? Got that on the first try. A lot of this stuff I've collected has been so lucky. Like, it feels very much like no skill really on my part was used. Instead, it was just a lucky solution, and maybe that is because the game is in some way cheating for me. I can't complain about a game cheating to help me. That's how I like most games to play. But if it is doing that, in this case, it is doing it at such a high level that it's unreasonable, because it's noticeable. Like, most people and most games will cheat for you, but in such a slight, unnoticeable way that that it'll feel like you did it, or at least you could sell yourself on believing that you did it. Again, great example there. That I felt way too lucky for what I accomplished. But then I can't really say I want to go back and do it again to prove to myself I can do it, because there's no checkpoints. And yeah, there's all kinds of collectibles everywhere. Still. They still don't matter. I mean, they literally can't matter. It's kind of like you're in an abusive situation with this game. In a lot of ways. You just can't care anymore after a certain point, because it's so cruel. Yeah, and I really haven't had to describe a game as cruel, I think, ever before. It's very strange that to use that word. I've often had to say games are unfair. I've often had to say they're unbalanced. I've often had to say they're unfun. But cruel? Like intentionally, or at least seemingly intentionally, not designed in a way that likes that's trying to help the player. It feels like they just totally missed the concept of you want the game players to enjoy themselves. You want people to be motivated to continue playing your game and see all the content you made. Maybe this is in part a new way of making bad games by Kickstarter. Like, I guess in the NES era there were some really, really bad games that were not finished and not programmed, and this feels like this really wasn't a finished project. I hope I'm going the right way and I'm not just doing something extra. That's all I can really figure, is that this is totally not a finished project, and that's the reason that they're trying to convince people to kind of rage quit the game. Right, come on, get me up here. This would be a particularly large top area. Oh, my head is stuck. You know what the snake can't do? It can't go backwards. Like, not really. If it's moving backwards at all, it's moving at like a 1 pixel width. And so I used the face gesture system there, and if I hadn't been able to smile and have that clip into the wall and decide it wanted to push me back through the wall, which it did particularly slowly compared to most in-wall detection mechanics. I seriously hope that this is the direction we need to go, and I haven't somehow gone the wrong way. I don't think you're supposed to get up there. Okay, I see it. There's a wall. The trick is to get to the wall or get to the stick before the wall decides to move. I can't really twist any further, but I don't think I need to. Again, feels very lucky there. I hate when I play a game and I feel like I'm getting victories I don't deserve. I know a lot of people probably don't care too much about that, but it's not something I enjoy. Like, I really want to feel like I'm at least meeting the game halfway. Like, maybe on some occasions I'll enjoy a free ride, but it doesn't feel like what's going on over here. So, as far as I can tell, the reason why I was able to slide across that was just because I had half of my entire body dragged across the center. So it's almost like a skating game where half your skateboard is if I had fallen down to that lower platform, I think I still would have died. It seems like the death wall, so you kind of have to keep more in the center than what I did before. This wind never stops, so this does feel like an ideal place where the game could totally put you in a no-win scenario. Okay. I wanna be fairly careful here. So is this I think is just a straight jump. That's all that was. Alright. With maybe 17 minutes to spare in this episode, we've finished this level. All we have to do now is get to the loading zone and see if we're going to get a token of appreciation or if we're going to fight these birds. Man, the wind's blowing me up again. Well, that's nice. It's also making it a little bit more difficult than it should be. What have we really accomplished in this game? We just undid what the bird did, which was take all of the gate keys and put them in different places in the world. What does that mean, though? The bird could easily just undo everything again. Creatures of the air realm offer their thanks. We owe your debt, great snake and bird. The legend will be told for generations. Accept this, a gratitude, our greatest treasure. Still have no clue what those are. They seem to be nothing of importance, like all the collectibles in this game. With the exception of the gate keys, at least we know what they do. So are we just gonna get a cutscene? Or is there some DLC here? Like, you see these? I searched the entire mountain for the great shiny that opens this portal. I couldn't find it. It's hopeless. Ahem. Please don't hurt me. I just wanted the great shiny. So it's a tiny little bird. Hurt you? We just wanted to know why you wrecked our mountain. This is so kid-friendly a story. Wrecked it? I had no idea. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh, this is terrible. I'm lost. If I could find the great shiny, I could open this portal and go home. This is an awful way to end. I just want to go home. You ruined our home. Everybody's home. Who's everybody? 2 people. We're just finished cleaning up your mess. Whoa. the great shiny. So it's a general idea of creating portals to other realms. The portal is open, I can go home. Thank you. Maybe next time you get lost, try asking for help instead of wrecking the place. Of course, I'm sorry for the trouble I caused. So there is no enemy that was teased up. Thanks for opening the portal. I'll always be grateful to you both. Noodle is just smiling like an idiot. Let's see. You've restored all the gates of Haven Tor. As thanks, the gates have now bestowed Noodle with a new ability, Snake Vision. Use this to find any remaining wisps in Gatekeeper coins. To activate Snake Vision, press right stick. So in other words, one of the many features that is missing in this game is locked behind beating the game the first time. You really cannot lock a first-person view away for after you've played the game, a new game plus concept. What they needed to have given you here was an autosave ability, so you don't have to collect all the collectibles in one run, but they're not giving you that at all. So looking at the credits here, we see there is a somewhat decent amount of people that worked on the game. This hardly is a single person game or a small team of just 5 people doing everything. I would throw a lot of blame to the QA team because they had to have given feedback and said this wasn't fun and that the controls weren't good. But I would also have thrown a lot of blame at just the original writers and original concepts and the director. We can see that there's several marketing and management people getting named here that probably pushed out this game way too early. But yeah, just not a fun experience. Not a super easy experience too. If I'd played the same game and they had just said, guys, let's see what this says. I know how you said I should ask for help. Help. So yeah, they're leaving it open for a sequel. I would have been way happier if this had been a game where let's just jump into normal mode here. If this had just been super easy and not finger blistering. Alright, so yeah, Snake Vision is not even a first person perspective mode. Instead, it's a we see through walls mode. Why did they program that? That doesn't help anything. If we were to quit, all progress will be lost. So, yeah. I should have jumped into the first level, actually. Come to think of it. I'm looking for, like, so in Snake Vision, it's pretty obvious you can see that. The B button still does nothing. So unless collecting all the wisps did something. And on better controls, is there a better way? Nope. It's still super easy to fall here. Wait a minute, something's weird there, though. It did save my progress as far as collectibles. So the game is just lying to you, apparently. Like, let's see. There's 5 blue. Let's look around. I see 1 blue, 2, 3, 4 blue, and that's it. So They totally didn't want you to beat the game with all the collectibles, which then it would have been better for them to simply have had us not been able to collect all the collectibles at first, and instead unlocked the 5 golden coins later. Yeah, that would have been easy enough. You have the bigger amount of the collectibles collectible from the beginning, and say you get more than half of them like you did in this case, then that would be fine. Of course, the problem here is you still need the gate things, so you have to play the main game. There's really no reason why you should have to play the main game. There you go. And here's a statue, and hitting B near it makes a sound and still doesn't do anything. Let's see if we can find one collectible and just do an experiment here and see if you have to beat the entirety of the level to leave to save your progress, or if you can just get it and then move on. Let's see. There's something over here, but I think it's up at the top. It may not be so difficult now for me to get to the top though. There's a coin over there. I could try and go and get that. You kind of can see how snake vision's not super useful, because it just kind of gives you a general idea, the general direction. It obfuscates the real appearance of where they were, how you would normally see it. And the way vision tends to want to work is for you to be able to have references to the imagery. So if I can't say that that golden coin is by a specific pole because there's a wall in the way, like the golden coin to the right, all I know is that yes, in that general direction there's a golden coin. And so yeah, in that general direction also there's a golden coin. So how do I find... Okay, here's a golden coin. That would be a third golden coin. If we hit X, will we have 3 golden coins on this level now, or well, which one did I just do? Why would I have 4 golden coins now? No, it was this one that we were in. We were in Creeping Causeway. And no, it didn't save. So if we looked at each of these levels, and we really don't have a lot to say here. This game is just so bad in every level. I would have to get 1 golden coin and then beat the whole level to get that one. I would have to get 5 wisps and 3 golden coins and beat the level to get that one. as we get to the later levels that we started rage quitting on, I'd have to get 12 wisps and 3 golden coins, 2 wisps, 3 golden coins, 8 wisps, 4 golden coins, 2 wisps. I would argue there's probably not enough wisps in the game. The ratio is a little weird because it seems like a golden coin is worth the equivalent of 4 wisps, where had it been 8 and there was 40 or 50 wisps in the game and they were some kind of health or Mario coin equivalent instead of the golden coins being star equivalents, which confuses it quite a bit. Yeah, man, I'm having a hard time getting through this. Here I need 18 wisps and 5 golden coins, like 15 wisps. There's basically a ton of collectibles that once we started skipping the collectibles, I just didn't get at all. And I have really no interest in getting. Meanwhile, arcade mode, again, is nothing. Let's just do see if we can go into snake mode here. No, you cannot go into snake vision mode. So somebody wasted time and energy programming this for not really a good reason. And when you look at it, it does kind of give you the feeling that it's very possible they designed some of these levels with the arcade mode in mind more than even the main mode. But why not combine the two? Also, like, why not have all of these in the main level, giving you points, giving you a reason why you might want to keep on playing. Every little twist, every little thing rewarding you for insignificantly small achievements, such as wrapping around a pole, which even when you're controlling in easy mode is frankly not that insignificant an achievement for how bad this controls. Like, and yeah, in a lot of cases, any attempts to make a new control system are going to probably end up with you feeling like the new control system is badly designed and not thought through, because a lot of them will just be badly designed. I guess there is some checkpoints here. I could play every level fairly easily in arcade mode because I assume if you run out of time, like you at that point just end the level and still get the points. I don't think, although I'm not sure about that. We need to do an experiment, because I also wouldn't be surprised if they decided to just cruelly say, no, you lost and you have to make it to the gate in time with that extra time. Although that kind of negates the idea of giving you a bonus for finishing and leaving the level early. I probably will go and watch a speedrun of this game just to see like what the real experts who learn this game can do, but yeah, there was nothing ever up here, was there? It's kind of super annoying that there isn't a real game here, as far as I'm concerned, something that you could have a kid play. I wish this was super simple. I wish the snake just moved himself and you pushed him in a general direction. We got 5 more seconds and he would coil around things automatically. So yeah, they gave us a score, so you can run out of time, so it's not that cruel. But then you have like time trial mode here, and let's see if there's any collectibles in time trial mode. I don't think there will be. Let's see, 3, 2, 1. We're not gonna play this the whole way. Well, you get snake vision, but from the looks of it, there is no collectibles. And there's not really, the time is climbing upward, so there's not really a motivation to try and see if time runs out, because of course it doesn't run out, it climbs upwards. And sure, as I'm floating in the air and twisting in what seems to be an invisible breeze, we've gained some level of skill here. So this very early level is fairly easy to beat, particularly since I'm playing on easy controls now instead of regular controls. I don't even want to bother to try and go back and play on the regular controls. But even this animation takes forever, so it adds like 5 seconds. Yeah, there might be achievements for beating all the levels in time trial mode. That seems to probably be the only real issue though. And if there is some kind of normal time trial mode, it probably is something like 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And I don't know why you would specifically have a time trial mode and a normal mode, unless the normal mode is way more difficult. I mean, you could see, I suppose in this instance it was 2:15 and it took me 1 minute and 28 seconds. So you could have particularly challenging modes there, but yeah, unfortunately there's just nothing here. And we can see that I don't know why this is called Twister Tops. I guess maybe that's the last level I put in. You can see we got 59% of all the collectibles done in this game. Grave disappointment, particularly since I spent probably more money than I should have to buy this game, because it looked cute. It looked like it might be an interesting new experiment in 3D platforming. Unfortunately, at this point, I've just had such a bad run of 3D platformers between Yooka-Laylee. Hat in Time wasn't terrible, but it still wasn't really what I wanted. I think 3D platformers are probably dead, maybe for a good reason, because honestly, maybe there's only a half dozen good ones that were ever even made. And I think it would probably be silly to continue down this path and try to play any more 3D platformers, unless somebody can say in the comments a really good 3D platformer, something very reminiscent of Mario 64, something relatively easy, relatively focused towards kids. The Lego games do have a lot of platforming in them, so they have those elements, but they also have a lot more to them, and maybe that is the more improved elevation of that concept. And maybe the Lego games, for as many as exist, have just sucked up all the oxygen in the room as far as kid-friendly 3D platformers. I don't know who they thought the target audience for this game was, because it's way too difficult. I mean, I'm just repeating myself at this point, but it's way too difficult even for an average gamer, in my opinion. You're going to have to jump down to easy controls. You're probably going to blister your thumb. You're going to have to play the game way more than you want if you want to get all the collectibles, and you're going to have to just be frustrated quite a bit. And then you're going to get a terrible nothing story that's way too kid friendly for no reason, You're not going to get any new abilities or features, and there's kind of just nothing here. 15 levels is way too few. If they were good, even if they were good 15 levels, it's way too few. The levels are not very open world designed. Had they not been in skyboxes and you didn't fall to your death as much, that would have, I think, significantly improved the experience. If it was just a case where there was a ground at the bottom of everything, and then a few poles here and there that you had to climb back up every time you fell, maybe that would be helpful. Although, also, if there was just a better checkpointing system and you did fall to your death, that would be fine too. It would look visually better, though, if it was a real world with a terra firma, with a ground, instead of being skybox floating islands that you've seen in a lot of asset flip Unity games, or I've seen in a lot of asset flip Unity games. This really does feel like this could have been an asset flip Unity game with just a little bit more polish to it. And kickstarting a game should not, in the end, deliver a game that is just slightly better than something that somebody makes and sells for a couple bucks on Steam just to make a few $1,000s. That's going to be it for this series. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to watch any of the other games I've covered, I have a playlist for every game. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, which is also helpful to me, there's a bunch of links down below. It also gives you backup notifications when YouTube inevitably doesn't send you notifications of new videos. And if you want to support me further outside of YouTube, which would also be very helpful, you can click on the link to Patreon, or you could friend me on Steam and gift me a game either off my wish list, or gift me a gift card, or just gift me a game you'd like to see me cover. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.